Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilma. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Dr. Sadia Rafiq, and under the supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal, today my topic of presentation is project management. Learning outlines includes the introduction to project, concept of project management, components of project management, its features, its phases, process, project, issue regarding project management, recent updates, and multiple choice questions. Learning outcome. At the end of this presentation, participants would be able to describe project management, its different features. Introduction. Project is defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. The attributes of project includes that it should have a unique purpose, it should be temporary, resources are required, should have a primary sponsor or a customer, and it involves uncertainty. Various stages of project includes the thinking process, then the planning and scheduling, then data collection, status updates through network and giving early warnings, and a pay path for successful completion. So the project is converting a vision, a dream, or a need to reality. If you see, it revolves around time, scope, quality, and cost. A job that is a beginning and an end, it is time bound. Then a specified outcome needs to scope. At a stated level of performance, which is its quality, at a budget, which is cost. So the project characteristics are basically temporary. It has definite start and a finish, and it should be unique regarding product and services, is different in some distinguishing way. Concepts of project management includes the application of knowledge, skill, tools, and techniques. Kindly remember all these things: knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. It includes developing a project plan, which includes defining and confirming the project goals and objectives, identify tasks and how goals will be achieved, quantify the resources needed, and determine the budget and timelines for completion. So project management is a composite activity with multiple dimensions. In a nutshell, project management is a discipline of planning, organizing, securing, managing, leading, and controlling resources to achieve specific goals. As I said, it is the application of knowledge, skill, tools, and techniques to provide activities in order to meet the stakeholder needs and expectation from a project. So needs is a stated part of the project and expectations are unstated part of the project. And the completion of project on time within budget without compromising qualities. These are the demarcating features of the project management. Components of the project management include defining the reason why a project is necessary, capturing project requirements, specifying quality of the deliverables, estimating resources and timescales, preparing a business case to justify the investment, securing corporate agreement and funding, developing and implementing a management plan for the project, leading and motivating the project delivery team, managing the risk, issues, and changes on the project, monitoring progress against plans, managing the project budget, maintaining communications with stakeholder and the project organization, provider management, closing the project in a controlled fashion when appropriate. As far as the features of the project management includes market demand, business demand, customer request, technological advance, legal requirement, and the social need. Why do companies use project management? To handle projects effectively in an organization, to define the project and agree with the customer, to plan and assess resources needed for the project, to estimate project cost and make proposals, to make a schedule activities in a project, to allocate the right resources at the right time, to assess risk and failure points and make backup plans, to lead a project team effectively and communicate well. Phases of the project management includes initiation, requirements, planning, execution, and the closure. And the processes are monitoring, control, communication, and the people management. If we see the project management process, it enters the starting of the project, which is the initiation process. Then there's the planning process, then the executing process, it goes side by side, monitoring and controlling process is here, and then the closing process, which is the exit phase or the end of the project. Project life cycle starts, there are 5 phases: initiation, then the planning, execution, monitoring and control, and then the closing. What it actually means: initiating means define, clarify the request and objectives. Then the plan, develop the specific approach, monitoring as execution, manage tasks, actions, communication, and resource management, and review where expectations met. Project management life cycle, if you see, It's a new problem definition, then the feasibility study, analysis of that, system design, acquisition and programming, then the implementation, and then the maintenance. And then now this life cycle goes on. Issue regarding project management are regarding to administrative tasks, sharing of resources, vendor-related tasks, dependencies, budget, and adoption of project management tools. These are the triple constraints in the project management, which are time, scope, and the resources. Time, how long should it take to complete? What is the project trying to accomplish, and what should it cost? Managing these is the primary responsibility of the project management. If we see the project management process groups, it has an initiating process, then comes the charter, then the planning process, which leads to the project plan, then the execution phase comes, and the controlling. Recommended corrective actions, work results, implementing corrective actions. It goes side by side. For project plan updates again, and correctively produced deliverable for formal acceptance. And then if it has been done, then the closing process. So these are the 5 phases which it goes through. What is project charter? A project charter, which I can show you in the start. After initiative, there's a charter. So what is a project charter? Project charter is a short documentation that explains the project in clear, concise wording and outlines the entirety of project to help team quickly understand the goals, tasks, timelines, and stakeholders. The document provides key information about a project and also provides approval to start the project. Therefore, it serves as a formal announcement that a new approved project is about to commence. Contained also in the project charter is the appointment of the project management, the manager, the person who is overall responsible for the project. It is a picture of the project charter. You can see project title is there, project manager, sponsor, start date, project end date, then the business need, what is scope, deliverables, risk and issues, assumptions and dependencies, then the financial, milestone schedule, milestone date, completion date, or the actual date then the project team and approval review committee. So it is the project charter. It has all the related information in it. So planning, after that comes planning. Most important phase of the project management. Planning is an art and science of converting a set of objectives to realization through a series of steps, execution in an organized and predicted way, so that there will be less requirement of changes in the plan later on. The old saying, plan the work, work the plan. Then the scheduling. Scheduling phase is the process of formalizing the planned activities, assigning the durations, resources, and consequences of occurrence in consultation with the team members. Planning and scheduling phase are undertaken before the actual project starts. Controlling phase is undertaken during the actual project implementation. Project controlling is a mechanism established to determine deviations from the project-based schedule, to replan and reschedule during implementation to compensate the deviations on the basis of commissioning minima, flow of resources like finance, manpower, equipment, and application techniques. Closing. Closing phase is the last phase of the project. We begins close out the project, completed project. Whatever the project requirements are defined during this phase, the total delivery is made and it is accepted by the customer. Maximum conflicts can arise in the project during this phase between those who have worked to deliver the outcome, that is a contractor, and those who are accepting the result of the work, that who is a customer. Project management knowledge areas are total 9: integration, scope, time, cost, quality, human resource, communication, risk, and procurement. These are the important knowledge, then the documentation, and if there is any change. These 4 core knowledge areas lead to specific project objectives, which are scope, time, cost, and qualities. Then the 4 facilitating knowledge areas are the main through the project objectives are human resource, communication, risk, and procurement management. And the 1 knowledge area, which is project integration management, affects and is affected by all the other knowledge areas. So the major functions of the project management are the scope management, time management, cost, quality, human resource, communication management, risk management, procurement management, and project integration. Now we are discussing it one by one. What is project integration management? It supports various elements of project management which are identified, defined, combined, and coordinated. Its functions are develop project charter, develop project management plan, direct and manage project execution, monitor and control project work, perform, integrate, change control, and close project at the end. It is the project integration management. So it controls all the things. Project scope management includes the processes required to ensure that the project includes all the work required and only the work required to complete the project successfully. It includes the collect requirements, define scope, create WBS, and verify scope. So what is scope? The scope statement, a project scope statement, provides a detailed description of the work that must be done to deliver the output of the project on time and within the allotted budget. The document also places the objectives of the project and its output within the larger context of the organization's goals and objectives. Work breakdown structure, WBS. A work breakdown structure is a deliverable-oriented hierarchical decomposition of the work to be executed by the project team to accomplish the project objectives and create the required deliverables. A WBS is the cornerstone of effective project planning, execution, controlling, monitoring, and reporting. All the work contained within that WBS is to be identified, estimated, scheduled, and budgeted. It is a typical WBS of a project. You can say it's an overall project and it is divided into engineering, procurement, and the construction. And then further, it is again divided into different columns. Project time management. It ensures the timely completion of the project and includes a plan schedule management, define activities, sequence activities, estimate activity resources, estimate activity durations, develop schedule, and control schedule. Project cost management includes the processes involved in estimating, budgeting, and controlling costs so that the project can be completed within the approved budget. So they should be estimate cost, convert it into budget, load the cost into schedule, perform earned value analysis, perform estimate at complete, administrative changes, and the control cost. It is all included in the cost management. Then the project quality management. Project quality management ensures a project with still needs for which it was taken. Includes a plan quality, perform quality assurance, and perform quality control. So what is quality? It is the conformation to specification and fitness for use. Project quality management is further divided into plan quality techniques, which includes a cost benefit analysis, cost of quality, benchmarking, design of experiments, 7 quality 2 statistical sampling. Then the perform quality assurance techniques, which includes a quality management and control tools, quality audits, and process analysis. Then the perform quality control techniques. This is a statistical sampling, inspection, 7 quality tools and techniques, which are cause and effect diagram, flow charts, check sheets, Pareto diagrams, histograms, control charts, and scatter diagrams. Project management tools and techniques. Tools and techniques assist project managers and their teams in various aspects of project management. Project charter, scope statement, and a WBS, work breakdown system structure, defines the scope of the project. Then the Gantt chart, network diagrams, critical path analysis, critical chain scheduling, PERT chart, and control chart. It is for time. And then the cost estimates and earned value management. It covers the cost aspect of these are the different tools and techniques which are used for the project management. Then the project human resource management. It includes the processes that organize, manage, and lead the project team and to make most effective use of people involved in the project. It develops human resource plan, roles and responsibility, organization chart, staffing, management plan. Then they acquire project team, develop project team, and manage project team. There should be an organization chart for this. Then the project communication management. Project communication management include process required to ensure timely and appropriate generation, collection, distribution, storage, retrieval, and ultimate disposal of project information. Identify stakeholders, plan communication, distribution information, manage stakeholder expectations, and report performance. And you can see an abbreviation, RACI, RACI. It is a metrics or chart system which is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. It is about the activities of all the concerned person involved in it. Project communication management, project stakeholders could be customer or users, sponsors, portfolio managers, portfolio review board, program managers, project management officer, project managers, project team, functional managers, operational management, and seller business partners. Project risk management is concerned with identifying, analyzing, and responding to project risks. So the task is plan risk management, identify risk, perform quality risk analysis, perform quantitative risk analysis, plan risk responses, monitor and control risk. And in the risk register, there's risk assessment, risk control, risk ranking, and risk mitigation. Project procurement management is needed to acquire material, goods, and services outside performing organization to meet project scope. Features are plan procurements, conduct procurements, administer contracts, and close procurements. Project change management. Project change do not go 100% as planned, resulting into variations from plans in scope, time, cost, and quality. And there is change control boards, which are called CCBs. Project document management is very important, but largely ignored aspect of project management. This can be a sophisticated software or simple Excel sheets depending on the organization strategy. Once adopted, its use should be fully exploited by 100% documentation should pass through it, and documents review should be done as per the metrics defined. MIS of document status be generated at the end of the periods. Management information system. Proper DMS ensures right information to all the stakeholders at all time. Avoid using obsolete drawings and designs for the execution. Serves a very good engine for future use of project data. An example of simple documentation management system. And there should be document control log. So what are the basic project management principles? Number one, formal project management structure, invested and engaged project sponsor, clear and objective goals and outcomes, documented roles and responsibilities, strong change management, risk management, mature value delivery capabilities, perform management baseline, and the communication plan. Recent updates. It was one of the article and evaluation of project management practices in the healthcare sector of Ghana, a case of family planning unit in Nust Hospital. Findings from the research showed that the highest challenge faced by the project manager in applying theories to practice in the health sector is risk associated with project staffing, even though other important factors such as technical illiteracy, contingency, and uncertainty, and poor adherence to proven processes also exist. Improvement in team communication proved to be the best means of fast tracking the application of project management theories methodology into practice into the healthcare sector. As a recommendation for the study, the concept of project management should be inculcated into the tertiary education curriculum for the healthcare sector. Again, it's one more article in the Project Management Journal, Managing Healthcare Integration, Adapting Project Management to the Needs of Organizational Change. The focus of this article is on the way that the project manager responsible for merging and integrating healthcare services have used project management and change management approaches in combination with delivering these projects. The article involves an inductive analysis of data from the integration of healthcare workers, and the analysis is summarized as traditional project management only partly aligns to the needs of healthcare integration projects. Benefits were found in combining project management with change management. Change management was particularly beneficial if used early in the project life cycle. And the life cycle of these two disciplines did not align, causes complications in practice. It is one of the new article of the project management. There's 7 project management trends in 2022. And trend number 1 is that resource planning is becoming more and more important. Knowledge sharing continues on the rise. Trend 3 is agile and hybrid methods continue to gain importance. Remote working and hybrid work environments are here to stay. Change management is becoming more important. The project management offices is becoming more strategic. Using project management tools is becoming easier. So these are the 7 project management trends in 2022. Now it's time for the multiple choice questions. Question 1. A project cycle is a life cycle of any project that describes different project stages from each other. Which from the following represent the correct project cycle? Planning, initiation, monitoring and control, execution and closure. Planning, monitoring, control, execution, initiation and closure. Initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, control and closure. Initiation, execution, planning, closure, monitoring and control.
C.
Yes. Yes, C is the correct answer. First, there's initiation, then planning, execution, monitoring, control, and closure. Assembling project team and assigning their responsibilities are done during which phase of the project management? Initiation, planning, execution, or closure?
B.
No. The correct answer is A. The project team and all the assigned responsibilities are always done in the phase of initiation. Project management is defined as the application of knowledge and dash and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. Fill in the blanks. Skills and analysis, tools and analysis, analysis and theories, skills and tools.
D.
Yes, the correct answer is D, skills. And so the four things are always remember are important project management. The first, the knowledge, skills, tools, and the techniques. So D is the correct answer. As a project manager, Mr. John is so happy that all expected deliverables have been accomplished by his project team. What is the next step for his project to proceed in order to verify the project scope by his project client? A. Ask his client to pay for the completed project deliverables. B. Award all of his project team members for such a great accomplishment. C. Ask his client to conduct an inspection of all the completed project deliverables. D. Invite a few experts to judge the quality of the completed project deliverables. Which one is the correct option? C is the correct answer because after the completion of the project, he should ask his client to conduct an inspection on all the completed project deliverables. So he is satisfied or what was decided pre-planned, does he meet the criteria? So C is the correct option. Under which of the following conditions would teams be more effective than individuals? A, when speed is important, when the activities, they are very detailed, when the documents needs to be written, and when innovation is required.
D.
D is the correct answer. Whenever you need an innovation, always teamwork. Individual, it is better to have team than individual. So D is the correct answer. Robert is in charge of a new project to help company A upgrade its old HR system to most recent mobile technologies. After his project team assessed the available system documentation, the team found the existing documentation too large and complicated to implement the system updates. Robert advised his team to decompose the major project deliverables into more executable components. In this project process, Robert advised his team to do which of the following? A, plan project milestones. B, create WBS. C, define project scope. D, verify project scope. Anyone? The correct answer is B, to create work breakdown structure, WBS. Ahmed is actively initiating a project. So he plans to invite all relevant internal and external stakeholders, including sponsors, customers, project teams, etc., for a kickoff meeting. To ensure all of them are covered in the stakeholder register, which document is the most helpful for Ahmed to look at? Project team activities, scope statement, project charter, or work packages? Anyone?
C.
Yes, the correct answer is project charter. I have also shown you this document with all the information is written in it. So the C is the correct answer. After Ms. Saima obtained her project management certificate, her boss assigned her to be in the charge of long-term project, which a recently resigned project manager, Mr. Farouk, had been working on for 3 years. When Ms. Saima looked at historical information that Mr. Farouk achieved for this project, which of the following is deemed most critical for Ms. Saima to manage her project team? A, project contract duly signed, detailed activity list and WBS dictionary, legal documents of the project, and learn who are the project investors. The correct answer is B. Detailed activity list and work breakdown structure would be the most critical point in all these options. So B is the correct answer. Which of the following is typically a written document that defines what work will be accomplished by the end of the project? Scope of the work, milestone schedule, project logic diagram, and work breakdown structure.
C.
No, the correct answer is A, scope of the work. Mr. Ali is an investor and Ms. Sabha is a project team member. Both have intensive technical background for the project that you are managing. However, recently they have disagreed on the next step to take for the project. They both decided to defer to whoever has the authority to make this decision. Who has the authority to decide which direction should be taken for the project? A, project manager, B, stakeholder, C, the project team, and D is the investor.
A.
No, the correct answer is C. The project team has the authority because it has different persons in it to change the direction of the project. It is my key, and thank you so much.